5 African leaders making Africans proud. If you were asked to list presidents you are extremely proud of around the world, there is a high chance that you wouldn't mention any presidents from Africa. You would probably go for presidents of countries that are prosperous and safe, like countries in the Scandinavia, Canada, or Australia. African leaders will probably be the last on your list. Now, Africa is known for so many things, some good and some extremely horrible. It is by far the second largest continent in the world, with both surface area and population and a population of over 1.3 billion people. Only after the gigantic continent of Asia, despite the continent being blessed with abundant natural resources such as crude oil, uranium, gold, diamond, and forest. It is however the poorest continent in the world. Many factors might be responsible for this, but bad leadership is one major factor responsible for this demise. Among some of the horrible things the continent is known for, bad leadership, bribery, and corruption are of the main factors plaguing the continent. African countries dominate the list of the top 10 poorest and most corrupt countries in the world. Despite this, there are some African countries who are striving due to the drive and determination of its leaders, and therefore should be applauded. These are presidents that in the midst of all the neo-colonization and debt traps currently ongoing on the continent have managed to put the interests of their various countries first. We are in no way, shape or form saying that these leaders are without fault, but on the grand scale of things, they have managed to transform their countries into becoming some of the best countries in Africa. But then before we continue, this is the time for you to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Let's begin by going all the way to East Africa, precisely to the beautiful country of Tanzania, and shine the light on the one man doing an outstanding job in the country as its leader, His Excellency John Pombe Magufuli. Magufuli became the president of Tanzania on the 5th of November 2015, and for 6 years he has really transformed the country in becoming one of the best, if not the best country in East Africa, despite having a large population of over 58 million people. When President John Magufuli took over the reins of power from his predecessor, Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, in 2015, he promised to stick to the CCM manifesto, which implied continuity in terms of policies, but he did it in a very transformative way. On 20 November 2015, when Magufuli inaugurated the 11th Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania, he listed more than 20 challenges that he collected from the citizens during the campaign meetings held in all parts of the country, and then he made a firm promise before the parliament to work on these issues. And then he went on to work. Guided by his slogan of Hapa Kazitu, he dealt with these issues one by one in accordance with his promises. After taking office, Magufuli immediately began to impose measures to curb government spending, such as barring unnecessary foreign travel by government officials, using cheaper vehicles and boardrooms for transport and meetings respectively, shrinking the delegation for a tour of the Commonwealth from 50 to 4 people, dropping its sponsorship of a World AIDS-Day exhibition in favor of purchasing AIDS medication, and discouraging lavish events and parties by public institutions, such as cutting the budget of a state dinner inaugurating the new parliament session. Magufuli reduced his own salary from $15,000 to $4,000 per month. Prior to Magufuli's rule, corruption was a major problem in Tanzania. We have heard from many politicians in Africa promising to tackle corruption during campaigns, but Dr. Magufuli has shown us how it can be done. In his first year in office, he introduced the Economic Corruption and Organized Crimes High Court Division, which started its operations immediately. In its few years of operation, it had registered 407 grand corruption cases, 385 of which have already been determined. Magufuli has brought significant development in the health sector and infrastructure development, making cities like Dar es Salaam and Dodoma becoming some of the most beautiful and visited cities in Africa. His determination to transform Tanzania into a high-income country has earned him the nickname Bulldozer. From East Africa, let's go all the way to West Africa and shine the light on another president making Africa proud. We are talking about Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana. Nana Addo has only been the president of Ghana for 3 years, but it is currently keeping solid footprints on the sands of history, and currently holds the title as one of the best African presidents. A Canadian-based research organization, Leaders of Tomorrow, has named Ghana's president Nana Akufo-Addo Africa's best president following a poll that the organization conducted. Akufo-Addo topped the list of the research organization's recently released Most Outstanding African Presidents list. Similar research conducted by US-based think tank World Vision Forum placed the Ghanaian president first on the list for Africa and third on the list for world presidents with vision. According to the Canadian research team, since winning the 2016 elections, Akufo-Addo has proved himself a man of the people with his positive policies, including free secondary education, his commitment to Ghana's development and almost no corruption, which have won him a high approval rating. Since his rule, Ghana has become a very peaceful country and one of the best countries to do business in Africa. What even makes Nana Addo stand out is his strong opposition against neocolonialism, and he doesn't miss an opportunity to call out Western intervention into African matters. President Nana Akufo-Addo is one president Africa should be proud of. Going back to East Africa, let's talk about the man currently transforming the small landlocked country of Africa into the Singapore of Africa, Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame is the fourth and current president of Rwanda, having taken office in 2000 when his predecessor Pastor Bizimungu resigned. He has been described as the most impressive and amongst the most repressive African leaders. After the genocide in Rwanda, where the Hutus tried to kill every Tutsi, he has been able to bring the Tutsi and the Hutu together by placing a number of Hutus in important positions in parliament. He is seen as a gender equality advocate as he has the largest representation of women in parliament in the entire world. He had brought a war-torn country into an almost economic miracle. The educational system he has brought into has produced one of the highest literacy rates in Africa, about 78%. There is now a good tourist industry with millions of tourists visiting the country each year. Rwanda, particularly its capital city, Kigali, has consistently been ranked the cleanest city in Africa for a couple of years now. His country is open for business and doing well. He hopes to make it into an African Singapore. With the leadership of Paul Kagame, Rwanda is currently having one of the fastest growing economy and innovation of the continent. Most people seem to like him and accolades have been poured on him from VIPs from around the world. We have a dedicated video on Paul Kagame. Click on the card on your screen to check it out. Going off the coast of mainland Africa is the tiniest country on the continent, both in population and land area, Seychelles. Now, Seychelles may be the smallest country in Africa, but it's by no means the least successful country on the continent. Actually, Seychelles is the best going by statistics, and that is all thanks to its leader, Danny Faure. Seychelles is currently the richest country in Africa in terms of GDP per capita. It is a tourist heaven with some of the best beaches in the world. It is safe, has a stable economy, and one of the best countries to do business in Africa. Its leader, Danny Faure, was sworn in on 16 October 2016 with the resignation of his predecessor, James Michael. Faure makes it to this list as one of the few African leaders with almost a clean state when it comes to corruption and mismanagement of public funds, as well as his efforts to keep the planet safe. He has successfully established global significance in protecting significant areas like national parks, wilderness areas, and marine reserves, as well as the oceans deep. On 14th April 2019, Faure visited a British research submersible and made a speech from underwater, pleading for stronger protections for the world's oceans. As a result of such noble efforts, on 13 June 2019, Faure was awarded the National Geographic Society's prestigious Planetary and Leadership Award at the National Geographic Award ceremony at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. He dedicated the award to the people of Seychelles, saying that the Seychellois people have been working hard with him in preserving nature and the environment. Such nobility on his part is a call for applause and reason he is loved and his approved ratings are high within and out of his country. Another African leader making the continent proud is one of Africa's youngest leaders, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Ahmed Abiy. The pace of change in Ethiopia has been so fast since Abiy Ahmed became Prime Minister in April 2018. That is almost like observing a different country. And this is why he has been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. In his first few months of coming to power, following the unexpected resignation of his predecessor, Haile Mariam Desalegn, Mr. Abiy lifted the state of emergency, ordered the release of thousands of prisoners, allowed exiled dissidents to return home, and unblocked hundreds of websites and TV channels. He also ended the state of war with Eritrea by agreeing to give up the disputed border territory, in the process normalizing relations with the longtime foe. Ahmed Abiy, in collaboration with the Ethiopian President Saleh Work Zewde, has greatly transformed Ethiopia into a strong force to reckon with in the country. To conclude, there are other amazing African leaders such as Macky Sall of Senegal, Adama Barrow of the Gambia, and Manuel Lorenzo of Angola, who are working really hard in bringing their country to the limelight. African leaders should emulate these leaders, and the continent will be on a good path. The continent is blessed, and should the people of Africa come and work together, the continent will become one of the best in the world. Thanks for watching this video, Disparers. If you enjoyed watching the video, please like it and share with your friends.